One of Chattanooga's largest attractions is celebrating 30 years in the scenic city. A look at the all-day party going on in downtown today. And Walmart is working to bring groceries and essentials to Chattanooga homes with their new in-home delivery service. Plus, Hickson High School played host for the Tennessee Special Olympics. Hear what athletes from our area are headed to the USA Games.
This is Local 3 News Weekend.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for Local 3 News at 6. I'm Mary Frances Hoots. Today, the Tennessee Valley is celebrating 30 years of memories at the Chattanooga Aquarium. Music started the morning and fireworks will end the night, but throughout the day, families have had fun with free activities like arts and crafts and face painting. Chief of Communications Tom Benson says today is a direct reflection of the dream to bring community together and liven up the downtown area.
We would not have been able to be as successful if we did not have a community as supportive as Chattanooga.
The aquarium brings a lot of tourism, a lot of family time, togetherness, and it keeps family outings.
Later tonight, we'll learn more about the history behind what Chattanooga is celebrating today and why the aquarium has changed the face of our downtown. And the weather continues to be almost perfect, so if you haven't had a chance to get outside yet, you might want to go ahead and do that. It is absolutely gorgeous out. Meteorologist Clay Smith, he is in tonight with a first look at our weather. What's going on, Clay?
Well, Mary Frances, I was sitting over there and enjoying myself, looking at all of these warm temperatures across the Tennessee Valley. And you know, we're looking at 80s again. It's been another very warm day. Fortunately, the rain is held off. So if you have been out at the aquarium or enjoying any other activities, things have looked good. There's been a lot of cloud cover and it's almost hazy out there once again. But as for temperatures, generally in the upper 70s from Cleveland to Athens, Blue Ridge at 77 and 81 in Dalton. So for the rest of the evening, temperatures will start to gradually cool. We're not looking at any more warming throughout the day as we've kind of hit our highs, and the official high today at the Chattanooga airport, 81 degrees, so another day in the 80s. But as for the radar, again, there's a cold front that's going to be approaching from our west. Now, this is what's going to give us chances of rain, especially late tonight into your Sunday morning and early afternoon. There's also some showers developing across Alabama. Those are trying to push northward. However, by the time they make it here, likely going to be just a couple of spotty showers. I'm not really anticipating this really holding together all that well, but northeast Alabama probably has the best shot of seeing some showers later on this evening. Same for North Georgia, with less amounts of rain, or less chance of rain, I should say, the further north you go, north of Tennessee. But out there, I mean, generally just some cloud cover for the rest of your evening. But again, rain chances will increase for your Sunday. I'll have more on that coming up with your full forecast a little bit later on. But for now, back to you, Mary Frances. Alrighty,
thank you, Clay. And ahead of Cinco de Mayo, a popular Chihuahua lover event has made a comeback to Chattanooga, with hundreds of people coming from all over to take part in it. Local 3's Karen Aguilar is live at the First Horizon Pavilion where it has taken place. Karen, what can you tell us so far?
Mary Frances, well, the running of the Chihuahuas event just wrapped up, and I'm actually standing here with the owner of the winner, this little doggy here, Little Bit Butler. And let me tell you about the event first. It's a series of races where Chihuahuas come from all over, organizers say even as far as Canada, to compete and race to win the ultimate prize. And we're going to talk about that with one of the organizers here in a bit. But first, I want to talk with Rebecca Butler, who is the mom of this little guy right here. Yeah, okay, so I see you're holding a trophy. Talk to me about how you're feeling that he was able to, you know.
I mean, I'm feeling great about this. This is in honor of my father, Mr. Butler. He used to work with WRCV, CV3, and we're just honored for everything that we're given.
Right, absolutely, but this is not the first time he's raced,
No,
right? Okay.
This would be the second time, and
right.
I am so blessed.
Yeah, this little guy was pretty fast, and so basically the last time was about what, 2 years ago?
2 years ago, as a matter of fact. Yes.
Right, so they've been in a 2-year hiatus because of COVID, and so I have an organizer here with me, Gino D from Hits 96, who can explain to me a little bit about what this event's about. Let me scoot over here between you guys so that we can hear you.
The way that we kind of did this was, well, it started off actually 2008, and it was actually an afternoon bit that we did for Cinco de Mayo. And each and every year since then, it just gained more and more popular. Just kept on getting a bigger audience. We've switched locations a few times, but for the last few years, it has been here at the First Horizon Pavilion. This year, we made it a pre-Cinco de Mayo event, of course, And yeah, 2-year hiatus due to COVID and other reasons, but we were so happy to bring it back this year. And it is pretty cool now to have a returning champion once again win the crown.
Right, absolutely. All right, well, coming up at 11, you'll hear more about this fantastic dog-loving event, and there's also a couple more surprises for you on the way. Reporting live in Chattanooga, Karen Aguilar, Local 3 News.
Alrighty, thank you, Karen. Looking forward to that full story tonight at 11. All right, and a more convenient and flexible future is in the cards for Chattanooga residents with Walmart's launch of InHome. The delivery service is designed to give back time to customers by delivering fresh groceries and everyday essentials straight to the kitchens of Chattanooga. It will bring 20 new jobs to the area, and Walmart representatives say Chattanooga is just the start of where they're headed. The service will cost $19.95 a month with no additional fees or tips. You can read more about this on our website, local3news.com. And athletes from several Tennessee counties competed in the Special Olympics Tennessee Games this morning. It was the first event of this size since 2019. Cornelia Nicholson has the details.
The Special Olympics Tennessee Law Enforcement Torch Run and Track and Field event returned to the Chattanooga area today after a 2-year hiatus due to the pandemic.
All right, is everybody ready?
Bright and early, officers from several counties gathered at the Chattanooga Police Department to gear up for the run.
Law Enforcement Torch Run has been happening for 40 years across the world. For Tennessee, we've been doing it for, probably 20 years now.
Director Jennifer McAfee says law enforcement are one of the largest supporters and fundraisers for the Special Olympics. After lighting the torch, officers, also known as Guardians of the Flame, ran the Flame of Hope almost 6 miles to Hickson High School to light the cauldron for the Special Olympics Track and Field Games.
It's just a really great way for them to support our athletes. Our athletes are very supportive of law enforcement, really appreciate what they do for the community, really respect our law enforcement agents.
McAfee says it was hard to take a break from the games because the athletes love it so much.
1, 2, 3, jump!
But the pandemic was forgotten about as over 100 athletes from 11 different counties hit the track.
Good job! You got this!
Giving them a chance to shine.
We're slowly getting back, so our athletes are starting to see each other. They're so excited. The friendships are a huge part of Special Olympics.
Positive energy was infectious as the athletes cheered on their friends. And the support for the athletes doesn't end today.
We have 2 track and field athletes that will be there today that are going to Orlando to compete in USA Games. We also have locally a swimmer, 3 golfers, a caddy, and then some coaches, and a unified volleyball team going to USA Games from Chattanooga area.
In Chattanooga, Cornelia Nicholson, Local 3 News.
Coming up on Local 3 News at 6, many pets are waiting on you to give them their forever homes. Fees are waived if you stop by in time. Those details are next. Time is running out to reserve your tickets for the St. Jude Dream Home. This weekend could be your last chance to get those. It is almost sold out. There are fewer than 400 tickets left. Here's drone footage of the home the lucky winner will get to live in. This over 3,000 square feet beauty is located in Soddy Daisy with 4 beds and 4 baths. Right now, you can only purchase your tickets online at dreamhome.org, which means it's only available to Tennessee residents now. And this weekend, an unlikely duo has teamed up in hopes of watching 60 adult animals find their forever homes. AFS works in foundation investment for houses in Chattanooga and in North Georgia. They reached out to the McCamey Animal Shelter to sponsor all adoption fees for adult and senior pets this weekend.
Their company is full of pet lovers, and they were looking for a way to partner. And when I talked to them about potentially sponsoring an adoption event, they were thrilled with that idea.
The opportunity started yesterday and will last through tomorrow. After the break on Local 3 News, UTC grad students made a difference in the lives of those who suffer from Parkinson's disease. UTC occupational therapy students are making a difference in the community by helping those with Parkinson's. The capstone graduate program headed to Rocksteady Boxing. John Martin has that story.
We're playing kickball. We have 2 teams of Parkinson's, people with Parkinson's that are playing kickball. And I played kickball in 50 years.
For 6 years now, Rocksteady Boxing has been positively impacting the lives of those dealing with Parkinson's disease. 52 weeks a year, this is the gym in which those fighters punch back. But today, they are kicking back as the 2nd annual Kicking It for Parkinson's kickball tournament took place in Ringgold, Georgia.
It's just helpful. The more people we see, the more we know that the word is getting out. So that means we're doing what we hope to accomplish. It's just been exciting to see this many faces and this many family members and participants on such a beautiful day.
It's real impressive. I mean, and these aren't just family members. These are people that have made, teenagers that have made teams to come out and compete against us. And that means a whole lot because, it shows a level of involvement that I wouldn't have expected until we started playing kickball last year. And our turnout last year was huge, and this one is huger, more huge.
60,000 Americans are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease each year. The mission of this kickball tournament and the mission of Rock Steady Boxing is to give those that are diagnosed a fighting chance, to raise funds, to raise awareness, to raise hope, and to let anyone who is living with Parkinson's know that they are never alone.
I think the biggest message that I would want to get out there is that you have to do something. Like, you can't sit there. You can't sit on the couch. You can't remain still. So whether that's donating, whether that's being a volunteer at this event, whether that's working out at a gym, no matter what side of this you're on, whether you're a person with Parkinson's, a family member who lives with somebody with Parkinson's, or you're just an everyday gym goer, like, no matter what your everyday role is in life, like, staying active is probably the most helpful way to create longevity and just like to live a more fulfilling life. So that's what we try to promote.
You work on everything that Parkinson's affects. And a little bit goes a long way, a lot of it goes a longer way.
It's a beautiful day for a kickball game. Meteorologist Clay Smith is in to tell us if this lovely weather is continuing. Clay?
Well, Mary Frances, changes are on the way. We could have a spotty shower this evening, but overall we're going to stay dry until Sunday, and then we're going to be tracking out showers. But we'll get to that in a second. Take a look at this sunrise from earlier today. Really nice colors over Soddy Daisy, and we have really had great weather. So this was just a preview of what was to come the rest of the day, and temperatures are still very mild all across the southeast. We're in the 80s here in Chattanooga, same for Nashville and Atlanta. So if you're traveling out regionally, the air mass is pretty much the same. Also a little more humid today. You probably noticed that. 81 still in Athens, 76 in Blue Ridge, 81 in Dalton, 79 in Cleveland. So temperatures will gradually come down from here. Eventually we'll be back into the 70s area wide. And as we take a look over downtown Chattanooga, this has been the view for much of the day. A lot of cloud cover rotating through, kind of a hazy look to the sky, but here and there we've had peaks of sunshine. But the cloud cover has been a little more aggressive today, so that's kept temperatures a little bit cooler than what we could have had if we would have had more sunshine. But overall, we've topped out at 82 in 10 Mile, 81 in Unaca, and 80 in Dayton. Across the metro area, we had 82 in Cleveland, 82 in Red Bank, and 76 in Lookout Mountain, I should say, and 80 in Ringgold, according to Johnny. Ben in Somerville had 83, 81 in Dalton, and Gary in Chatsworth had a very warm 88 degrees, approaching that 90 degrees mark on this last day of April. So as we take a look at your radar, not a ton going on in the Tennessee Valley. Now this front that's approaching from the west, bringing showers to West Tennessee, well, that's what's going to arrive by your Sunday, and that's going to give us an enhanced chance of rain. But there are a couple of showers to our south, mainly along I-20 into Birmingham, Anniston, and moving into the Atlanta metro area. Some of these are going to try to sneak their way into the Tennessee Valley. I think the best chance of rain really going to be from Huntsville to Dalton southbound into parts of northeast Alabama and northwest Georgia. And again, not a lot of that rain is actually going to make it until we go into your Sunday. And then as that front pushes through, we're going to have that good chance of rain. And then going into Monday, just a few spotty showers. I think we'll stay primarily dry for your Monday. However, there is going to be a warm front that's bumping back to the north. That's going to open up the Gulf of Mexico for business, which means warm, moist air going to continue to surge into the area as we head into the first part of next week. So we're talking temperatures potentially in the mid 80s with on and off scattered showers, primarily each afternoon and evening. Now again, Sunday night into Monday, looks like we're primarily going to be dry, and then those shower chances kick back up as we head into the middle of your week. But if you're heading out to celebrate the Tennessee Aquarium's 30th anniversary, there is a fireworks show tonight at 9 o'clock. Temperature is going to be around 73, so perfect weather. And then as we go into the overnight hours, mainly after 2 a.m., there will be the chance of additional spotty storms continuing in your Sunday morning and afternoon. And then we dry out a bit for the first part of next week before the showers return. Mary Frances.